Jay student of class 9th. Today we'll start our 6th chapter of your book's Beehive, and today we'll start from second unit, that is a poem No Man or Foreign. Students, this is a very interesting poem, and that is having a very great moral for you. So my dear students, you will have to understand it very carefully, that what this lesson suggests, what this poem suggests to you. An important moral I have told you, that means a very importance of this lesson is in your life, right? This lesson is written by James Kirkup, as you can see at the last. So now let me tell you the explanation through stanza wise, right? First of all, you will see the outline that is written just after the title. So, have you ever thought of some people as strange or countries as foreign? We have many ways of thinking of other people as different from us as them. They may belong to them a different country or speak a different language. In this poem, however, the poet reminds us of the many ways in which we are all the same, for we are all humans. Okay, so now let me tell you the explanation. First of all, you will see the first stanza of the poem, that is, remember, no men are strange, no countries foreign. Beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes like ours. The land of our brothers walk upon is earth like this, in which we all shall lie. So the meaning of beneath is under, and the meaning of strange is unknown. In the first line of the poet, that says no men are strange and no countries is foreign. So here he is attempting to remove the borders from the earth which have been erected to separate different countries. Then only no country will be foreign. We will feel every country as our own land when there will be no borders. Everyone will be free to move around. The poet wants to say that the entire earth is one, and all the people who lives on this earth belong to one human race. Then he says that inside the uniform worn by the soldiers of different countries, the human being is the same. God has made all of us in a similar way, all breathes in the same way. Then he says that all the soldiers are our brothers. We all walk upon the same Mother Earth, and upon our death shall lie in the grave in the same earth. Now, the second stanza says, they too, aware of the sun and air and water, are fed by a peaceful harvest, by a war long winters starved. Their hands are ours, and in their lines we read a labor not different from our own. So, they refers to those people who belong to the other countries. We call them foreigners and discriminate them and fight with them also. The poet said that the nature has given us all the bounties to all people also, just like he has given to us. Everyone gets sunlight, air, water, all the natural resources measures, which means that God does not differentiate between the people from different countries. We all do farming during the time of peace. When there is no war, we live a relaxed life and eat. We all do farming during the time of peace. Further, he adds that the way we starve during wars and winters time is the same for those belonging to other countries. Even they don't get food at that time. So he wants to say that foreigners who belong to another country and we both are same. He is giving all these examples to convey to the reader that there is no different in us and the people belonging to another country. Remember, they have eyes like ours that wake or sleep, and strength that can be owned by love. In every land is common life, that's all can recognize and understand. The poet asks readers to remember something. He says that we should keep in mind that the people of another country whom we think to be our enemies have been bestowed by God with similar appearance like us. God has given them eyes like ours, which open we when awake and close when we are asleep. Similarly, He has given them strength which we can win through love. Then he says that in every country, in every land, there is one coming thing, that's life. Life means all things that are living, and if we can recognize them and if we can understand their feelings and realizing that they are like us, then there will be no fights or wars between us. Now, let us remember whenever we are old. Okay, let us remember, not exactly old, whenever we are told to hate our brothers, it is ourselves that we shall dispose, betray, condemn. Remember, we who takes arms against each other. It is the human earth that we defile, our hells of fire and dust outrage, the innocence of the air that is everywhere our own. Remember, no men are foreign and no country is strange. Disposes means dislodge or deprive. The poet says that we should remember that whenever someone tells us to hate a person from another country, to think him as our enemy, and whenever we think someone to be our enemy, then we deprive ourselves, we cheat ourselves, and we condemn ourselves. He says that we should stay away from such a negativity. We should not consider anyone to be our enemy. During a war, both the parties must bear the loss, and that is why the poet says that war is not in our favor. He says that whenever we pick any weapon against someone, we should remember one thing. We should keep in mind that whenever we pick weapons against any person, we make the earth dirty, because weapons kill the people and their bodies will fall on the earth, makes it dirty. Whenever war happens, it leads to a lot of bloodsheds, fire and death. These dead bodies accumulate on the earth and it make it impure. The fire of war which erupts, the smoke which comes out, the dust which fills the air, it is so dirty that it pollutes our outrage the purity of the air. With all these things, the poet wants to give us a message that we should not indulge in war. Finally, he ends the poem by writing the first line in reverse and saying that remember, no men are foreign and no countries are strange. So my dear students, that was all about this poem. No men are foreign. Now the lesson has been finished and the moral, I think, is before your eyes, and you are able to understand this moral, my dear students. Dear students, you must revise it again and again. Further, if you are getting any kind of issue in understanding, then you are free to ask. So we'll meet in next video with chapter number 6, thus unit 1. The lesson is my childhood. Up to the time, thank you. Have a nice day.